Welcome back to my views and news. I am back with new stories from Ethiopia, Eritrea and Sudan. Firstly, viewers, another Fano faction or platform has been established. Amhara Fighters platform. Just a few weeks ago, Skandinaga formed Amhara Popular Front. Now another front claiming to be representative of different Amhara groups. How many Amhara fronts are operating in the region claiming to be representatives of different Fano groups? I'm not talking about individual Fano factions. I'm talking about those organizations which claim to be representatives of several Fano factions. Secondly, yesterday USAID suspended delivery of all food to Ethiopia. We saw a statement from Ethiopian government, joint statement by USAID and Ethiopian government confirming this suspension. Today, another organization suspended delivery of all food to Ethiopia. Another bad news for Ethiopian government, Ethiopian people. Thirdly, viewers, Gumma Film Awards are held in Addis Ababa on yearly basis. In 2014, Gumma Awards were launched. Ethiopian domestic films are given awards, film actors, actresses. And at this award ceremony, artists appear with symbolic messages. They try to send messages through their dress, through their makeup, etc. I read a video I remember last year when a female artist tried to raise awareness about violence against women through her makeup, through writing on her palm. This year too, at the Gumma Award ceremony, a female artist sent a symbolic message through her makeup style. The ceremony was held today reportedly. I have a picture of this artist. What is the symbolic message? Fourthly, Tigray fighters are still on Amhara territories, just like Amhara forces are in areas claimed by Tigray, like southern Tigray, western Tigray. Tigray fighters are not fully out of Wag Himora zone. Today, some government officials share details of kebeles which are still under the control of Tigray fighters in Wag Himora. Fifthly, Eritrea views an Eritrean opposition group is organizing a 3-day program in Washington, D.C. Other opposition groups are being invited. Public discussion will be held. Seminar will be held. 2 artists have been invited, one from France, to perform at this program. And lastly, Sudan viewers, where we know that after a few hours at 6 a.m. local time on Saturday, a 24-hour ceasefire is due to come into effect. 2 sides have issued statements about this coming ceasefire, and Saudi and American diplomats have issued a very strong statement about this coming ceasefire. It seems to be a make or break ceasefire. Secondly, Shamsuddin al-Kabashi was seen today with his fighters. And thirdly, Sudanese army is sending reinforcements to protect armored core because Yarmouk military industrial complex fell to rapid support forces 2 days ago. Now military is trying to defend armored core. Firstly, viewers, how many Amhara platforms of Amhara Fano groups are operating in the Amhara region? Before that, today a new platform was established. Its name is Amhara United Forces. AUF today shared a detailed statement. Again, the statement is nothing new in the statement, like we saw a statement from Skandinaga's APF. Almost same points are mentioned, that Amhara people are facing existential threat that church is being split, Muslims are being massacred too. All should unite. All Amhara Fano faction should unite. Amhara people should unite. Other Ethiopians, nationality should support Amhara people's struggle. Diaspora should play its part as well. Unity is needed, and a comprehensive strategy should be adopted: military, diplomatic, political, etc. Warning as well for Amhara Regional Government Prosperity Party. Request to government forces that they should not be part of this campaign of genocide against Amharas. They should join the Amhara struggle. Like all the points which were mentioned in Amhara People's Front statements, APF, when it was formed a few weeks ago by Skandar Naga. This is a new platform, Amhara United Forces. How many such platforms are working or claiming that they are representative of different Amhara Fano factions? Again, I'm not talking about Amhara Fano factions. We know how many factions are. Main factions: Shoa Fano, Latishagao, East Amhara Fano, Merevatajo, Gondar Fano, Massafint, Gajjam Fano. It was under Masri Shah and Zaminakasi, but now Skandar is in control of Gajjam Fano. How many Amhara Fano platforms are working? APPC, Amhara People's Power Committee, first platform. Second one, first one is APP, Amhara People's Power. Second one, APC, Amhara People's Committee. Third one, AFUC, Amhara Fano Unity Council, led by Sefer Malise. I think he's from Gondar. APF, Amhara Popular Front or People's Front, led by Skandar Naga. And today's formed group called Amhara United Forces. So 5 Amhara Fano representative organizations are working, or they're claiming that they are representative of Amhara Fano fighters. Are all Fano factions united? At least are they on board? Do they have some common objectives? Did they ever try to meet and form some common agenda and objectives? No. They broadly agree with each other that this struggle is for the sake of Amhara people. Their mode is military mode. All of them are armed. All of them have support from locals. But what is their ultimate agenda? If this resistance movement goes on, what do they want to achieve? Do they want to overthrow Amhara regional government? Do they want to overthrow federal government? How do they want to overthrow Amhara regional government? How do they want to overthrow federal government? How do they want to achieve their objectives? Several questions. And what about diaspora? Amhara diaspora community. Is it supporting all these Fano organizations? Of course, diaspora cannot individually send donations to Merevadajo, or though some might be sending donations to Merevadajo, Massafin, etc. An effort was made in Amhara region to centralize the struggle. Leadership was raised in the form of Skandar Naga, but now a new group called Amhara United Forces. Secondly, viewers, another organization has suspended the delivery of all food items to Ethiopia. Yesterday, USAID announced to suspend all food deliveries to Ethiopia. USAID conducted an internal investigation which revealed that federal government officials, regional government officials, Ethiopian National Defense Force members, Tigray forces members, they are involved in aid theft. Food aid is being stolen. It was being stolen. It was being smuggled. It was being sold at markets. Out of 9, in 7 regions of Ethiopia, food aid was being stolen, not just in Tigray. After this investigation by USAID decided to suspend delivery of all food items to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is one of the largest recipients of food aid. And then we saw a statement from Ethiopian government last night. Ethiopian government, USAID issued a joint statement. Ethiopian government showed its resolve in the statement to hold those accountable who are involved in aid theft. Today came another decision from World Food Programme, UN organization. World Food Programme has also suspended delivery of all food aid to Ethiopia. WFP issued a statement today. Both suspended food aid delivery to Tigray a few weeks ago. Now they have suspended food aid delivery to entire Ethiopia. Both want Ethiopian government to make reforms, to put in place some mechanisms to ensure that aid reaches those who are in need of aid. Inflated lists were prepared by local officials of those who are in need of aid. Ethiopian government is in trouble. I've been sharing with you economic condition. Government is trying to get some bailout package from the US, EU backed organizations, IMF, World Bank. It could not. Talks underway. Government is so much under pressure, it has not announced any new projects in this year's budget, coming year's budget. No money for ongoing projects as well. And if food aid remains suspended for months, it would be another devastating blow to Ethiopian economy. Because obviously Ethiopian government will have to then use its resources to feed the people. People need food to survive. That is why Ethiopian government issued a statement last night saying that it would hold the people accountable who are involved in aid theft. Coming days, I think we could see some heads roll in Ethiopia in coming days. Ethiopian government will have to take some action. Otherwise, World Food Programme, USAID, they say that their aid, flour, wheat are being stolen. They're not going to resume aid supplies. Ethiopian government will have to show something that it has introduced some reforms. Let's see. I think some heads will roll in Ethiopia to assure USAID and WFP that the government has held people accountable. The government has put in place some effective and transparent mechanisms of food distribution. Thirdly, viewers, Tigray says that Amhara forces are still in parts of Tigray, Eritrean military as well. Southern Tigray, Raya zone, Western Tigray, Humra, Volkai, Sagade, both are under the control of Amhara forces. And yes, Amhara forces are there, Amhara police is there, Amhara governments are in place in these two zones. Tigray fighters withdrew from 2 waredas of Wag Himora zone a few months ago. After the signing of Pretoria deal, Tigray fighters voluntarily left Tsagbij and Abergle, 2 waredas of Wag Himora zone. But Amhara regional government official today shared details saying that Tigray forces are not fully out of Tsagbij and Abergle. 19 kebeles of Tsagbij and Abergle are still under the control of Tigray interim government. 7 kebeles in Tsagbij, 12 in Abergle. There is no Amhara government in these 19 kebeles. No provision of aid by Amhara government to people in these 19 kebeles. Amhara forces have no presence. Amhara police no presence in the 19 kebeles. IDPs have returned to other kebeles of Tsagbij and Abergle. Let's see. Will Tigray forces withdraw from these 19 kebeles too, or will they wait for the withdrawal of Amhara forces from Rai and Volkayat? Will it happen? Let's see. Fourthly, viewers, ninth Gumma Award Ceremony was held in Addis Ababa. Film Award, which is the ceremonies are held every year. It started in 2014. Last year, I did a video on Gumma Awards when an artist, female artist, sent a symbolic message through her makeup, through her dress, that women were being harassed, that women were victims of sexual violence. So she sent a message in connection with violence against women. Ethiopia saw violence against women in the 2-year-long war. Now, in today's Gumma Award ceremony, another artist sent a message through her makeup. You can see a picture on your screen from today's Gumma Award ceremony held in Addis Ababa at a local hotel. Symbolic message, though not difficult to understand. Sealed lips and a bullet wound both indicate that the artist is saying that in Ethiopia there is no freedom to speak. Those who express themselves are killed. Freedom of expression is faced with challenges in Ethiopia. No one can deny that. Artists, especially journalists, activists, they are arrested. Some have been arrested thrice in the last 1 year or so. Several in prisons. I think Mirza Muhammad was arrested thrice. Several other journalists too. So, message is clear that Ethiopians are not allowed to speak freely. If they do, they are killed. Having said that, journalists, activists, they have some responsibility as well. When they become representatives of a particular ethnic group, a particular sect, they lose their ability to analyze developments impartially. They exaggerate things. They sometimes willingly, unwillingly, knowingly, unknowingly become part of spreading of hate and propaganda. So they should also try to present themselves as credible, impartial journalists, activists. Since they are not impartial, that is why government arrest them, government imprison them, put them in prisons. Having said that, I think when PM Abiy's government came to power, slogan was change, democratic reforms, right to speak, more freedom for media. But it has not happened. Though if we compare Ethiopia and Eritrea, obviously Ethiopia is a much, much better place in terms of freedom of expression. Fifthly, viewers, Eritrean Opposition group is holding a seminar, a 3-day program in Washington, D.C. Global Yiakl is the name of this group. 3-day program will start tomorrow. It has several events, a public seminar, panel discussion, concert, Some artists will perform as well. Dihab Faitinga has come from France to perform. Vadi Tukabo and Dihab Faitinga will perform at this program. Discussions will be held about political situation as well in Eritrea. There are several Eritrean opposition groups based in the US, based in Europe. They're not united. Some were formed in the last few years. Some have been working for years. And I did not see all Eritrean opposition groups on one platform. All in Europe, in US. All of them are struggling independently. And some of them could be backed secretly by Eritrean government too. Eritrean government has significant penetration among diaspora. Let's see which Eritrean opposition groups attend Global Yiakl's 3-day programs in Washington DC. Try to update you tomorrow and day after tomorrow about this effort by Global Yiakl to invite opposition groups from Canada and US to come to Washington for 3-day long discussions. Last was Sudan, where after a few hours at 6 a.m. local time, a 24-hour ceasefire will come into effect. American and Saudi diplomats have issued a very strong statement about this coming ceasefire. The statement is public, it is available. The statement says that if parties failed to respect the ceasefire, to implement the ceasefire, the negotiators, the mediators will be forced to adjourn talks. So it seems to be a last warning from US and Saudi Arabia to rapid support forces and Sudanese army. Both have issued statements, a Sudanese army, Sudanese military and rapid support forces, showing their commitment to implement the ceasefire. But we'll see tomorrow. We have seen their commitments in the past too. Since the 15th of April, several ceasefires have been announced. None was fully implemented. Rather, we saw fighting, we saw airstrikes, we saw mobilization of troops during all these past ceasefires. That's what happens this time. So far, the two sides are ready to implement the ceasefire at 6 a.m. local time for 24 hours on Saturday. Secondly, we got two videos for you. One shows Sudanese army's number 2 man. Who is number 2 in Sudanese army? Shamsuddin al-Kabashi. A few days ago, Al-Burhan appointed Shamsuddin al-Kabashi as his deputy. So after Al-Burhan, he is the top man. He is Burhan's successor, top general. And he was seen today with the Sudanese army soldiers addressing them. Where was he? I don't know, but he appeared with Sudanese soldiers today. We have seen Burhan as well on 2 occasions in the past 1 month or so addressing his soldiers in the field. Hamathi is missing, but rumors about his death were false because he talked to Saudi foreign minister a few days ago. It was a telephonic call. So he is alive, maybe. He was injured and he's recovering. Second clip is from the vicinity of Armored Corps, which is the next target of Rapid Support Forces. Rapid Support Forces have captured a Yarmouk military industrial complex. And their next target is Sudanese Army's Armored Corps. They're already in control of Air Defense Headquarters, in control of Strategic Corps. Now they want to capture Armored Corps in southern part of Khartoum Central. That is why we're seeing that reinforcements are arriving. reinforcements from different parts of Sudan, especially from eastern and southern parts of Sudan, are arriving to protect armored corps. Armored corps now has thousands of Sudanese army soldiers deployed reportedly. Will RSF take the risk of carrying out attack on armored corps? We'll see in coming days. But Sudanese army is trying to beef up its defenses around the corps. Two clips for you. One shows Shamtin al-Kabashi with his Sudanese army soldier. Second one shows arrival of new reinforcements at armored corps in Khartoum. Thank you for watching.
نطمنكم تماما انه قواتنا في كل مكان متماسكه ما تسمعوا لاشاعات الكلام الفارغ اللي بيقولوا ده يقول لك الجيش اجتمع دايرين يعزوا القائد العام هو اللي بيدير المعركه مع هيئه القياده والداير يشوف اللي يجي يشوف اي كلام فارغ واي اشاعات مطلعوها ده